Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Greeneville Federal Bank Eddie Spradlen Show, where we cover everything inside of Burley Stadium with the Greeneville Green Devils. As always, I'm here with Green Devils head coach Eddie Spradlen. We're actually in Burley Stadium today.
Yeah, it's looking. You can't find a better place to have one right here, man.
It's nice. Feels good today. Got a little breeze. Sun's out, and you got something new to showcase behind us.
Yeah, a little new wrap of the stadium, giving a little Burley Stadium a little new look around here.
It looks good too. Sponsored by Jordan and Nike. I mean, I don't know if there's any better brands than Nike and Jordan either.
There you go, man.
Looks nice around here. You've got a game coming up in Burley this week again against Grainger to showcase that. Had one inside of Burley this past Friday night against Sullivan East. Had another Region 1 4A matchup. Defeated them 54-7. Had a great night on defense. Talk about that win in total.
You know, really good. You know, like we talked before last week, before the game, you know, Sullivan East is a really talented football team. You know, their quarterback's leading passer in East Tennessee for sure, and you know they do a lot of good stuff on offense. And you know, we came out and we played really good on defense, like you said. Also had a really good night on offense. You know, we were able to run the football. We got Carson Quillen back, who, you know, we set out the week before. It's nice to have him back on the field. So, you know, had a good – our quarterbacks played better than they've been playing, so it was good to see on Friday night.
There were two things that I was really impressed with. One was your total team effort on defense. The other was a certain defender that we'll get into talking about here in just a minute. I wanted to talk about your defense and the game plan that you carried out, because you carried it out almost perfectly from what you said last week. They came in averaging over 300 passing yards a game. You hold them to 66, I think just 66 passing yards, 94 total yards, and forced 4 turnovers on the night. Talk about how you were able to execute your defensive game plan to almost perfection.
You know, it was we challenged those kids during practice all week, and we, you know, did a good job on our film study with our coaches, and you know, had a good plan in place. And like you said, those kids worked that plan. We were able to get 4 turnovers. I challenged the football team before the game. Let's don't turn the football over, and let's get turnovers. Our goal is to get 3 turnovers a game, and you know that was the first time this season that we've got that goal. So that was big for our football team. The kids were flying around, and we had a lot of good individual performances on that. But you know, when you can hold a team like that, you know, our starters played the whole first half, and we started them just to give them one more series on defense to start the second half. You know, hold that quarterback to 6 yards passing was big for our, you know, our defense. So you know, we put some younger guys in. They hit us on a couple of big passes, but you know, those guys got to step in there, and it kept me any drop off as well. But you know, really excited how we played on Friday night.
One of those turnovers ended up finding its way into the end zone with Hayden Goad. I mean, what a night he had. What didn't he do? I've said that with a few players this week, but that's another player that had a great night on both offense and defense. You can go through his stat line. 3 catches for 65 yards and a touchdown as a receiver, and then 2 interceptions. 1 goes for a pick 6 and a fumble recovery as a corner. He was flying around everywhere all night, and it seemed like every single play you look up and he was somewhere making a play.
Yeah, he had 2 more pass breakups. He forced that fumble when he got the fumble recovery, and he actually picked it up and ran it in the end zone, but we got called for blocking in the back on that. But, you know, what a great night. You know, he's really stepped his game up since probably the Alcoa game. He really found some of that confidence he's been looking for. He's super athletic. The ball's in the air. He's got a chance to come down with it for sure, and he showed that on Friday night. They tried him 2 other times. He knocked it down. He couldn't get his, you know, a pick on it, but he knocked those down. 2 big interceptions. You know, they challenged him on, you know, on the first drive. They threw it over there, and he picked it and took it to the house. So really excited about where he's at playing football, and excited to see where he continues to go the rest of the remainder of the season.
He had an interception in that Alcoa game, right?
Yeah, he had an interception. Then he had another one that he broke up, and he kind of failed. If he would have kept his feet, I think he would have intercepted that for a touchdown as well. So, you know, he's having a really good season. Excited, you know, from the hard work that he's putting in practice. You know, like I said, he's athletic. We got to get him we get him the ball some on offense as well. He runs it down. Just, you know, he tracks the ball really well, which, you know, is big for a receiver and defensive back.
When you play well against Alcoa, I think that boosts anybody's confidence.
Yeah, for sure.
And it seems like it did, because since that game, he has been a nightmare to opposing offenses, and he's played really well on defense. Another player that's huge on your defense, actually 2, Carson Quillen and Emmanuel Dixon, they had huge nights on offense too. Each had 2 touchdowns on the ground. Your ground game was stellar again. I think you were able to put 6 balls into the end zone. through the ground game. Talk about what you were able to find in the ground game that led you to have so much success.
Obviously this is going to start up front for us. We really, the last couple of weeks we've really made an emphasis that we've got to really improve our passing game, and we've really worked on that during practice. But for us, it's going to start up front. We're going to establish the running game. We were able to run the football, and at the same time, we were able to get those receivers out there and the quarterbacks some work. Both quarterbacks came in and did a really good job. Had a few misses, but on those misses, a couple of them were drops. But really happy about how that offense played, especially running the football, and it's good to see both those quarterbacks step up and have a big night.
Caden had a good night. Corbin had a good night. They both did well. Going through their stat lines, Corbin 8 of 11, 76 yards. Caden 2 of 3, 59 yards with a touchdown. And he had 5 runs for 24 yards and a touchdown. I'm assuming he got in the second half after the first half. You go into the locker room winning so big, or did he get in towards the first half?
We want to get him some work in there with that first group with the starters. So he did I think the last 2 drives of this first half. Then he started off a little on the second half. Then we put a freshman quarterback in there in Kane Ricker, and he has a long run in there. We've mentioned before he's a really talented kid that runs the football really well, and he kept one and he took it down the sideline and was able to score. And it was against at that point they still had their first defense in there, so it was good to see those backups get in there against a good football team and have some success.
That's big for their confidence, because even though they're so young and they're playing a first team, even though you're up so big, it's still big for them to be able to score and to be able to find success against a first team defense that they're going to be playing in the future once they step up and go into that starting role.
Yeah, for sure. Our guys have been fortunate to get a lot of reps over the last few years, and these they're playing their games. We're playing a tough schedule on Monday nights in the JV. We're playing the Science Hill, Dobbins, Bennett's, those type of schools that are going to make us a better football team. And then we're going those guys a lot of times get a lot of reps on Friday nights in some of these region games. So it's good for our program. It makes us for sure better in the long run.
And as always, too, it's good anytime you get to win inside of Burley Stadium. And I'm sure it was on Friday night because it was homecoming night, too, and that always makes it sweeter when you can walk out of here on homecoming night with a victory.
Yeah, and big region win against, a team that's going to be a playoff team in our region, so that's good for us. And, our kids had fun and were excited to play on Friday night. Like you said, the excitement to all the people here, to all the homecoming festivities that go on before the game. Our kids out here watching that, clapping them up for that. And, it was big for our program. Just, it's a special place to play here on Friday nights.
You can chalk up another win within the regional category. You can chalk up another win within the win category, too. You get Burley Stadium again next week. You get Grainger, another Region 1 4A matchup. We'll go ahead and cover that in just a minute. We've got to take a break first, so we'll go ahead and run a few commercials and be right back in just a minute here on Grassroots Media.
At Corner Pond, the friendly and knowledgeable staff has the experience necessary to help you out regardless the need. Have an item of value you'd like to pawn or sell? Corner Pond can help. They pawn numerous items of value, including firearms, tools, ammunition, silver, coins, and much more. When you walk through their doors, you'll find well-stocked shelves full of electronics, gaming systems, fishing and hunting equipment, car audio and accessories. And don't forget about the room full of guitars and basses and amplifiers, or their outside lawn and garden equipment. Corner Pond is a case knife dealer and carries numerous used knives as well. Stop by and let the friendly staff at Corner Pond help you today at 432 East Bernard Avenue, Greeneville, Tennessee. Tommy's Plumbing has provided professional plumbing services to the residents of Greeneville, Tennessee for over 30 years. Our experience and reputation have helped us grow our business to add locations in Jonesboro, Tennessee. Tommy's Plumbing is local and family owned, and we offer a full line of plumbing services, such as kitchen faucet, shower faucets, commodes, and bathroom faucets, as well as drain cleaning. We also provide outside plumbing work, such as septic and sewer drain cleanouts, as well as repair and replace. Tommy's Plumbing pretty much does it all. Tommy's Plumbing is licensed, bonded, and insured. Our quality workmanship and passion to provide our clients with expert service is second to none. We guarantee we have the best warranty around. For all your plumbing needs, give Tommy's a call at 638-3662.
Welcome back to Grassroots Media, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Greeneville Federal Bank Eddie Spradlen Show, where we cover everything on the field here in Burley Stadium with the Greeneville Green Devils. As always, I'm sitting here with Green Devils head coach Eddie Spradlen. So you've got an important game this Friday night again here in Burley Stadium. It'll be against Grainger, another Region 1 4A opponent. As last week was, it's another special night here inside Burley Stadium.
Sure.
Last week was homecoming. You go into this week and it's senior night. This time a special night for the players and the senior class of 2024. Talk about the senior class in total and what they've meant to you and how much they've meant to this program here at Greeneville.
You know, each and every year these senior classes mean a ton to this football team, this football program. This class is really special for me because it's the class that were freshmen when I first got the head coaching job here. So they've been with me and bought in for everything that we've tried to do these past 4 years. So, it's a special group that's won a lot of football games. And more important than that, just get to be a part of these young men's life and hopefully have a small impact, and our coaching staff have a small impact on their lives in the positive, make a difference, and be there for those kids in the long run if they ever need us. They always know that we're here for them. So, wins are always good, but hopefully, getting to make a difference in these guys' lives has been, my ultimate goal for them.
One thing we talked about in the break, and we tried to figure it out, but we really couldn't think of it. This might be one of the winningest classes also when you think about regular season wins, because the last 2 seasons they went undefeated in the regular season. Have a chance to do that this year also. If it weren't for the rainouts, there's a potential chance they could have been 30-0 too.
Yeah, that's our goal every year. We want to be, first and foremost, we want to be region champs. And, last year we had an opportunity to go undefeated. That'll be our goal this year. Hopefully we're at the same, we can be region champs and go undefeated at the same time. It just sets you up for, the best you can be in the playoffs this year. If we can, win out, we got a chance to host 4 home playoff games here at Burley Stadium. So, we want to be here as much as we can. It means a lot to these seniors to get to play here in Burley Stadium, so we want to make the most of it for sure.
In order to win that Region 1 4A championship, you got to take down Grainger first. Got them this Friday night. What do you expect them to throw at you on Friday night to try to throw you off?
Grainger's a really physical football team. They're going to line it up. They're going to make sure and try to outnumber you at different things. They're going to let the quarterback run the football, so you got an extra blocker with that running back. They're going to put some bigger guys in there at running back to try to outnumber you. So it's a big challenge. We went down there last year against a good Grainger team. We were kind of flat, and it was a closer game than we probably wanted it to be. But they're going to come in here and they've got a lot of fight. They're going to play 4 quarters, so it'll be a big challenge for our football team.
What are they going to run on offense too?
They're going to spread you out. They're going to multiple different formations. Obviously they're going to figure out what is going to work best in their game plan. But they're going to power football. They're going to line up some 2 tight ends. They'll have 2 H-backs in the game. It's just a lot of power stuff with the big running backs running and also getting the quarterback some runs in there as well.
How are they going to line up on defense? What formations do you expect to see?
We'll continue to do what we do offensively. We're going to spread it out. We will play with some with the H-back and tight end as well. But, they're going to base their stuff out our forefront, and they're going to try to get in the box. And, kind of like what everybody else is trying to do right now, they're going to try to stop our running game. So, it's going to start off with our offensive lines. We've got to be big up front. And, we got to be able to establish the run game to set up our passing game.
And as always, too, you got 3 keys to success that you need to carry out each week. What are they this week against the Grizzlies?
One of the big ones I'm going to say we got to do like we did last week. We got to get 3 turnovers. That's our goal. We got to get turnovers, and we can't turn the football over. That's, key number 1 right there. Also, we got to make sure that we continue to get good quarterback play by whatever. Both quarterbacks are going to get some playing time. So, in this game, so we're excited about both these guys. We got to have both these guys be for a long playoff run. So we got to be consistent with our quarterback plays. Another big key, and we can't give up big plays on defense. We got to play hard. And, got to be excited. Big night, emotional game for these guys. I can remember when I was a senior in high school, who we played, when we played, everything that happened in that game.
You'll always remember that
senior night games are something special. So, I need those guys to show up and give it all they got on Friday night. That's a big key.
Are you starting all the seniors too?
We'll try to get them some playing time. We're going to try to do what we do to make us better. But we're going to continue to play those guys. We'll get them some reps in the game for sure. A lot of them play on special teams, so they're in there somewhere. But we're not going to. We just don't sell out and start everybody. We got 15 of them. You obviously can't get all of them on the field at one time. But their goal, this whole football team's got the same goal. They want to be the best football team we can be, and we won't take any steps back. We're going to start off and do the best we can do every Friday night.
Here in a couple of weeks, Grainger might hate all of Greene County.
Yeah.
Because they've lost to Chucky Doak already this year. They have Greeneville this week, and then they have South Greene next week. If they take 3 losses to Greene County teams, man, they might not schedule you all anymore after that. But they're kind of forced into scheduling you all because you're in the same region.
Don't have much choice on that one.
No, they don't have any choice, as a matter of fact. But you're in Burley Stadium again this upcoming Friday night, senior night, against the Grainger Grizzlies. 7:30 kickoff time.
Yes, sir.
7 o'clock, you're honoring the seniors.
Yeah, I think it starts about 7:05. They'll be out on the field, and we walk out here with all their parents. And it's seniors from, the band, cheerleaders, dance team, all that stuff will be honored on Friday night.
So if you're a fan of Greeneville, you're a supporter, you're a parent of any fall athlete, come out at 7 o'clock to honor those seniors on senior night. Stay for the game. Watch Greeneville play Grainger following that. Coach, that's all I've got for you this week.
Appreciate it, man. Go Devils.
The wrap looks beautiful out here. Come and see it Friday night. Well, I guess if you're the home team, you probably won't see it that well. But if you're a Grainger fan watching this, and you might see it sitting over there on that side. But as always, from beautiful Burley Stadium, thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Greeneville Federal Bank Eddie Spradlen Show. We look forward to seeing you next time here on Grassroots Media.